Kunos Simulazioni has taken part in a keynote presentation at the 2024 ADAC Sim Racing Expo in Dortmund, revealing more about the upcoming early access launch of Assetto Corsa EVO. Marco Massarutto, co-founder and executive manager at Kunos, and game director Davide Brivio formed part of a small panel in which they explained more about the ethos behind ACE, the development process, and what players can expect from the title when it becomes available through the early access program in January. Among that new stuff is dynamic weather and dynamic track conditions, which were not part of the first title. One aspect of this dynamic track conditions is gravity-based dynamic track technology, which would appear to govern how and where surface water flows, accumulates, and persists. That will have an interesting impact on a drying track in particular. Circuits like Spa-Francorchamps or the Nordschleife are famous for their changeable weather and varying conditions around the circuit. This will be simulated in Assetto Corsa EVO, with differing weather conditions in different sections around the larger circuits especially. So while you might have a bone-dry Nürburgring as you turn onto the Nordschleife, you might find yourself getting drenched once you reach Arenberg. And a few more kilometers down the road, the sun might be shining upon you. It is similar to iRacing's new rain physics, and, much like real life, the dry line is formed on a wet track with multiple cars using the same sections of tarmac. Throughout a race distance, you will be able to tell where the fastest line is, and straying from this could spell disaster as your tires pick up all of the excess water and marbles on the side of the circuit. To partner with the dynamic weather, the new tire model is something that exceeds previous efforts with Assetto Corsa Competizioni's model. The tire will degrade and blister in the heat if pushed too hard, and punctures and flat spots can occur. It is unclear if that will be incorporated into an algorithm to allow for spontaneous failures, but you will certainly have to be very mindful of your tires in Assetto Corsa EVO. One of the big pieces of confirmed news was something a lot of us suspected after seeing September's trailer: free roam. Free roaming and the concept of real road rules in a title like Assetto Corsa EVO could very well be revolutionary with the amount of detail and variety on show in the car list. Multiple cockpit shots showed the driver without a race suit on, indicating that the driving was taking place on public roads. Massarutto's time was brief, but he did manage to sneak in a note that ACE will feature a free roaming mode to allow players to drive the game's cars on the road. That's also an emergent property of the new KS engine, with Massarutto adding that it's based on a new terrain technology that can allow us to manage a very big map and hundreds of kilometers of roads. Adaptable and intelligent traffic were also confirmed to be present in Assetto Corsa EVO. It is confirmed that Assetto Corsa EVO will have native triple-screen support as well as VR implementation from launch. These important features have been rumored for months, but they are finally confirmed to be in Assetto Corsa EVO. Having the ability to run on triple-screen monitors and in VR does mean that the system requirements might be of a higher caliber than was originally thought. Davide Brivio, game producer and designer at Kunos Simulazioni, could not comment on what the exact system requirements will be. However, the game was running very smoothly on 4090 and 4060 NVIDIA cards whilst streaming. Assetto Corsa EVO, set for an early access release in January 2025, brings significant enhancements over its predecessors, especially in terms of cars, tracks, and overall gameplay realism. The latest teasers have hinted at exciting new additions like the Alfa Romeo Junior, Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA, BMW M2, Nissan 350Z drift car, and the possibility of single-make Legends race cars featuring advanced three-cylinder Yamaha engines. These inclusions highlight a deeper focus on both road racing and drifting, which has gained a large following in the game. These improvements are building on the established formula of the Assetto Corsa series, with a special focus on realism and variety, making Assetto Corsa EVO one of the most anticipated racing sims of 2025.